Hello everybody, Hawk here. So my foam acoustic panels fell off the wall. I'm totally bummed, but they were totally old and I guess it was about time for them to come down because check this out. Here's a great example of what happens when the foam falls off my wall. The contact cement fails to adhere the foam any longer and the foam falls down on the floor back here, and that is going to be a mess to clean up. Thank you very much, contact cement. So yeah, that's a mess, right? I'm going to need to find something to replace these, and I did not want to get some acoustic foam panels that smelled awful. I didn't want to put any more of that glue on. I'm just done with the environmental hazardous chemicals. Enough is enough. So I did a bunch of research and I found this website called Acoustimac. Check this out. So here's the Acoustimac website. If you go to the Browse Products, and I went to acoustic panels, I went for the suede acoustic panels here. And you can customize the sizes, you can do all kinds of different colors. And so this is something like what I got. I got a few of these. And I think I went for the gray color here. And what I really like about this company is that you can choose what the acoustic panels are filled with. I'm not a fan of the mineral wool because mineral wool dust is pretty nasty. I just didn't want that in my studio, even if it was enclosed. And I didn't want the fiberglass in my studio, even if that was enclosed. But they have this new product here called EcoCore. So I looked this up, and here's the EcoCore details right here. EcoCore eco-friendly insulation. And yeah, it's recycled product. It's not full of glass shreds or some sort of asbestos-laden dust. Pretty nice. So I went ahead and ordered a bunch of panels with this material inside of my new acoustic panels, and the boxes arrived. So let's take a look at what's in the box before we put them on the wall. Here we go. Bag of hardware. Drywall screws. Mounting brackets. I'm known for having quite a nose, and these don't smell at all. Nothing. I ordered several different sizes, and the big wide ones. I like the color and the material. It's really light. Nice. And I got some narrow ones too. That's nice. I really like that they don't smell. That is pretty cool. All right, let's get these put up on the wall.
Trying to work with a pretty dry brush here, so I'm not spattering any of my equipment.
It's not a perfect match, but I think it'll work. So I measured it 2 inches in from the corners there, and we got just enough of these Z brackets for 2 on each panel. And a whole bunch of these screws here, so you should have plenty of screws. These are drywall screws, and I'll probably need some. I have plaster on my walls, so I'll probably need some longer screws for those, but there's cellophane all the way around the edges, and I'm going to use some cardboard to make myself a ruler for the wall so that I get the spacing right between these Z brackets. Checking to make sure that these are on nice and tight. Okay, I got those brackets on. Let's hang this up and see what it looks like. I do like how nice and light these are. And that's it. It's on. Feels pretty secure. You got a little sideways motion here to work with if you want. I guess I'll take the saran wrap off. Make sure I get the hook there. And that's it. These look nice. And I got one over here as well. One comment I have is that one of these edges isn't staying down quite right. It'll probably calm down after a while, but I don't think it's a warp in the panel. I think my wall with these plaster walls, I don't think it's totally flat, so I don't think it's the panel's fault. But fortunately, this is behind my monitor, so I might not do anything about it, or maybe I'll just put a piece of Velcro on it or something and stick it to the wall. Otherwise, very nice. Well, that was fun. Now, I'd always prefer to be doing music than hanging sound panels, but you know, it is really important to acoustically treat your room so it doesn't have a bunch of reflections in it and it's not sounding all reverby and ping-pongy. And these Acoustimac sound panels really do work. They absorb the reflections. My studio sounds much better. Now, I mentioned that they didn't smell when I opened the box, but there is sort of this plywoody glue smell that I noticed after I hung them up and my studio was closed, and I opened my studio door and I came in, and yeah, but it wasn't too bad. I mean, it lasted for maybe 3 days max, and it was way better than the foam panels that smell like chemicals and are off-gassing for literally months at a time. So these were much, much, much better. I'm actually really happy with them. I like the way they look, the color. They weren't too difficult to hang, though I definitely recommend making sort of a template ruler that you can use to get the spacing right for the Z brackets. Once you do that, you can tape that template ruler up to the wall and get the holes drilled into the wall properly for the Z brackets. And I actually made the template out of the box that the sound panels came in because it was exactly the same length as the sound panels, so it was pretty easy to do. And then they're wonderfully light and easy to hang up there on the wall, and they fit pretty snugly. I don't think they're gonna fall off during an earthquake. So yeah, I'm quite happy with them in my studio, and they look very nice. So that's always a big thing in terms of the aesthetics of the space you're working in. So there you go. The Acoustimac sound panels, price-wise, they are definitely competitive with everything else out there. And, you know, I definitely recommend them. Okay, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, hit that bell button for notifications, all that rigmarole. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.